Welcome back to the second part of Visual C++ Hub development. So I'm going to start by modifying the interface. So let me go in here. Now the following will be deleted. Following component, I will delete those. Okay, let's get rid of that. There. Okay, the next thing is I will now add a label. Let's add a label here where the picture box was deleted. That's the label I intend to use. Let's just modify this very label. Okay, now come here to auto size, change that to false. You can see it. So it's now occupy the area. So I'm just going to change the property of the border to maybe 3D. Okay, let's see, that's fine, that's 3D. The next thing is get rid of the text content in there. I will now use this very label as one of my output. So a very good example of what I intend to do with that very label is when I double click on the very first picture box, I can always enter in here label 1. Yeah, label 1. Okay, label 1. Now I name the text, whatever text content I intend to use, equals as follows. Maybe let's enter letter A is an alphabet, or maybe change it to something else. Okay, let's just leave that for now, and I might modify it as time goes on. Okay, there. So when you click on this very picture box or this very radio button, this will be the output on that label. So let's run it and see what will happen. And I will also repeat the same thing. So let's check what error do I have in here. Okay, that's easy. Let's just fix enter a semicolon there. So rebuild the system. And sorry about this, sometimes I get it mixed up. So what's happening in there is that's supposed to be lowercase l. Okay, that should be fine. Okay then, you see now the system is working as expected. So you have to be careful when you're programming in Visual C++ and Visual Basic itself. You sometimes get it mixed up. So if I select my alphabet right there, click on that, you see that?
Letter A.
And we have letter A is an alphabet there. So let's go back and just center it and increase the font size. So I will now come back into my design view here. Now scroll right down, go to the align, text align, get it centered, and the font size, let's make that bold and maybe make that 26. Yeah, that's cool, why not? Okay, run the program one more time and see what will happen when we select the alphabet radio button. Click on that, and that's what you see. That looks beautiful. So I'm going to repeat exactly the same thing for all of the component. But now, since I have up to
letter
B, C, so I'm just going to show you how I go about developing my images for the alphabet. So I will go into my paint. So right here, I'm just going to get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Select this, click on that, and let's enter D for that, and that's it. That's my alphabet letter D. So save that. Okay, save that, and now repeat exactly the same thing for the rest. Okay, just a quick one. Let me show you all my alphabet, and I have all the alphabet in place. Might as well show it to you guys. There they are. I've created all the alphabet, and I will be saving them as I've already saved them as an image file. So let me close that and go back to C++. Okay, we're now in Visual C++. I will now speed up the processing of the whole application. Okay, this is how my codes are looking right now. You see these very lines of code, or the highlighted lines of code. I'll just copy all of that and paste it into each of the picture box. But before then, let me run the program just to show you how it all looks. So I will select just the image or the images.
An apple, bread, carrot, delta, an elephant.
So what you see in there is whatever alphabet you select, you see the feedback in the label right here. And if you want to see, you can also click on that to see the
Alphabet letter
alphabet.
A. Alphabet letter B. Alphabet letter C. Alphabet letter D is for delta. Alphabet letter E is for elephant.
You see, what you see is this is a very, very educative program. So what I would do next is just to speed all of the process up. Just speed it up, or else this will take forever. And now, once I complete it, I'll get back to you guys and just show you the lines of code used. So right now, like what I've just copied here, these very lines of code that is copied, what I'll do is go to the letter F, double click on it, come down here, press enter, paste letter F right there, change the E to F, all of the E's, change them to F there. Okay, and the image, I will then create an image for letter F, and that's how you complete this program. Let me just complete it and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, so far this is what I've done so far, and I have created all the images for each alphabet, but there's still plenty of work to be done. Just I've decided to leave these two out. If I click on this very picture box, what you will hear is as follows.
Alphabet letter Y is for football.
You all know alphabet letter Y is now for football. So if I click on the Z,
Alphabet letter Z is for football.
that is incorrect. The reason being, I've not finished developing this app. And one other thing I'd like you guys to know about is if I decide to choose this option and click on A,
An apple,
okay,
bread, carrot, delta, an elephant. Alphabet letter F is for football. Alphabet letter G is for giraffe.
okay, alphabet letter F, that is where I copy most of all this from. If I click on H,
Alphabet letter H is for football.
that is incorrect. So there's still a lot of work to be done. So that means from letter A to Z, there's more work to be done. So for now, I'm just going to call this the end of the second tutorial. But just before I go, let me end this and just show you the code. The codes are very, very similar. There's no difference between the code of picture box 1 and picture box 9. The only thing different is just the images. So let me show you the picture box 9. Those are the images and the image that I use. And if I go to picture box 8 right here, you can see that it's exactly the same thing. So I just run the program one more time for you guys to see. So now click
Alphabet letter A. Alphabet letter B. Alphabet letter C. Alphabet letter D is for delta. Alphabet letter E is for elephant. Alphabet letter F is for football. Alphabet letter G is for giraffe. Alphabet letter H is for football.
Now, this is where the problem starts, because I've not finished my work. So I'm just going to try and speed it up and get back to you guys.